It's March 1st, 2025. About 1:30 in the morning. Couldn't sleep. Last few days have been a lot. I mean, yesterday I went to all my family physicians. I heard this guy mumble. He's looking at his phone. We all know none of this is funny. Everything was for Michelle to get everything. He was talking about that guy Keith that works for her. People weren't supposed to say anything anymore because she had got everything. She don't need my money. She's the head of a drug cartel. Her father was a head of a drug cartel. She sells and kills people for a living, honey. She sells drugs. Do you know how much, if you go on Google, how much drug cartels and human traffickers make? 5,000 to 50,000 per person. They sell without the drugs. Okay? Now I want you to think about that. All those people that disappeared out of Ohio, let alone she was in it with the Texas group, and the other ones that were selling people here, helping them scowl. Which I seen Florida plates around me again, second day, actually third, in a row. Okay, they're still here. Okay. All right. She wants to be. They announced it the last few weeks. She wants to be drug lord over this area. Only, and she's been announcing it. Well, we all know the Cleveland Mafia runs this area. I'll tell you what. I don't even want to know what they're going to do about that one. Okay, that's a whole different thing I don't want to touch. Okay. But drug cartels can make 12 billion to 40 billion a year. Billion. Now I want you to think of famous rich singers that have hundreds of millions of dollars to billions of dollars, from like Taylor Swift, Rihanna, Beyonce. Would they need 5,000 a month? No. Heavens no. What, to buy a new purse? Well, Michelle's that rich. Where they get theirs from their talent, she gets hers from pure evil. Now, she sells and kills people for a living. Sells drugs. She's the head of a drug cartel. She was a daughter of a head drug cartel. Now, I want you to think about this. She has hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, if not a billion. Do she need 5,000? She probably pays more for that than her purses. Now, think, did she ever need my money? No. So why would you steal for it? And why would you steal for a killer? One that's selling women and children. Everything's a scam. To get stupid people to help out in this. The beginning of March of 23, I was in Walmart 62 by the nail polish. Some lady where I had been bashed in the back of the head got a dent in my head. I started when I got upset. Okay? She said, they said I could watch her for her head injury. Told them no thank you. Found out they're using the case to human traffic people. It's a scam to sell people. Okay? People were saying they need to shut this down. They're using it to human traffic people. No. March 1st to 15 of 2019, illegally bugged house. I'm sitting on the back porch. Someone calls my ex-husband. An illegally bugged house. What's going on? It's a real life case of how to get away with murder. You should realize it. They're killing people, and people are too stupid not to turn them in. Okay? Because she would break up Faith Family Church in 2019. She could have anybody drug beat, right? She just had to ask those guys. She was Judge Peter's daughter. Huh? They'd do anything she'd ask, and they kiss her ass like she's the Queen of Sheba. She had an older African American guy, 50, 60, black hair, a little bit of gray in it. His name was Keith. Officer Mark and John know who he is. Him and his men worked just for Michelle. And like they said, Michelle had everybody show up, tell everyone who they worked for, what they were doing here. So they go down and arrest her father. So she'd be head of the drug cartel. Talk about a hostile takeover. Huh? And the group that did get arrested is here. Now they're trying to take over Ohio. Okay? See, that's where I went to the Portage County Sheriff's. People were blaming them for doing this to me. Well, I went to the preventive place first. They didn't know anything about it. So then I went to the Portage County Sheriff's. Miss Hall was none of our officers in your home. Therefore, we weren't in your home or anybody else's home outside a protected life case. I said, what statements? Yes. I said, it's the Fourth Amendment. Yes, it would be illegal. I said, you can't even look or listen. He said, no, it'd be illegal to. I told them how they kicked in my door to the wall. They're supposed to set up body cameras. That's illegal. They said that they photoshopped me washing in the shower in another room to make me look weird. That's illegal. I had bruises, throwing up, almost passing out, having to go to the doctor. They were drugging, beating me. And that's what was causing it, and drugging me to say weirdo stuff. I never seen her talk to anybody, but I was really sick. That's illegal. I said, well, it's supposed to be a Judge Peter. He said, I never heard of him. I said, they're trying to say he's friends with Ludick. Well, I have to ask Judge Ludick who his friend is. Never heard of him. Neither did the Ravenna police. Why? Because we're drug traders and human traffickers from Florida who work for Judge Peter. They weren't for Ravenna. It's where the Henry Mafia was seen with the drug traders and human traffickers from Florida and Louisville, where my other coworker, Lori, she lives in Louisville. I said, you see the big truck guys a couple years ago in Louisville? Yeah, they were in the bars. I said, they said that they were drug traders. Yes, they did. They were from Florida. Yes. Do you know of Henry Moffitt? Sounds about right. He was with them. Show her the picture from Facebook. That's not him, but he is with them. See what I mean? Just like my neighbor Keith. Seen him at Faith Family Church with Michelle. And they were breaking at church. They could control anybody with their drugs for 4 to 6 hours. They were the ones selling locket. And she could have anybody drug beat, right? She could just have ask those guys. Some of them impersonated FBI. The other ones didn't care. Okay? Get the idea? Dixie seen them around me and Wendy's and McDonald's. Seen them drive by her house. The big trucks that would swarm. So Josh. People in my neighbor Jim, they seen all those big truck guys. They used to swarm Louisville. I said, remember them that were here? They were telling people they were drug traders and human traffickers from Florida in the stores. Or for Judge Peter, I remember them saying stuff like that. Said it in the mall too. They were from Florida. That's why they didn't know who they were. Get the idea? So why would you help hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars, or a billionaire? Steal money from somebody you wouldn't. It was a scam to get away with murder here. Just like the drug confessions, photoshopping and washing, mean games that pretend, all scams. Keep everybody occupied and entertained. Or these illegitimate children, they joined the Florida drug cartel, got in the trucks with the big guys. How they wanted to steal from them, I don't owe them nothing. They're not my children, nor am I related to them. I owe them nothing in life. They're grown-ass women that I'm not even related to. Their mother was probably the one that used my insurance, ran up all those medical bills. Because some lady with 2 little girls was using my insurance. That's how not funny it is. Okay. They're all scams. Scams on top of scams on top of scams. Which... on the 27th of February, I had went to one. Okay, I'm playing my tape, asking Agent John if he was done playing with these dumbass fools. You're supposed to go after the people defrauding you. You knew everything was drugged and photoshopped, and you were supposed to be so mean to me on the phone because you want to make sure I wasn't part of the people defrauding you. So you were supposed to be going after them. That's what the cops said. They didn't bully you at all. Okay? Told you, people, I got home and I went to visit a friend at St. Luke's nursing home in Belden. Okay? There's big men in there. They're walking by, staring at me, looking in her room. And I'm watching them walk by, I don't want to say anything. I go out, and somebody off in the distance said her ex-husband was part of a drug cartel. That's why those men are in here. Some guy, I couldn't see where he was at, he said, "What is this? I heard they were bullying her to stay quiet. Over all this, they're the ones that made everything public." Well, I came home, picked up my boyfriend, went out to Circle Restaurant in Deerfield. Some guy, as we go to check out, he's over there mumbling. Nobody thought it was funny. She's asking that Agent John if he's done playing with these damn ass fools. He was supposed to be the one helping him get away with everything. Found out where we all knew some judge was helping him and his men. Oh no, he went to jail. We were wondering where they went. They're slow, right? Been in jail for a while, honey. That's why a lot of people disappeared. Well, today I had to go, I told you about Altman. That guy saying it was from your child to get everything. Why would you help a billionaire? At least close to one. human trafficking cartels make 12 billion to 40 billion a year. Told you. She don't need my money. None of them do. Like that one drug cartel girl showed up in January. Why don't they just give her money? It's not like we need it. We all know Michelle did this so that she could take over the drug cartel. Had everybody say what they were doing here, where they were from, so they could arrest her father so she could take over their drug cartel. Think about that one. Now, we're going to have also a talk, Agent John. Honestly, you did know it was a medication that made me sick before medical malpractice. Heard some guy in the doctor's office outside the room. They did document everything was those doctors before. I know, it was documented fraud, like the lady said. Medical malpractice medication is. You would have known that, right? Right. And you would have known about the other lady using my insurance and half my medical records because I reported insurance fraud. You knew that, right? You're really not that stupid. You're a better poker player, right? Because when you confessed on a recorded line that you had met with that family in your office that lost their kid in that traffic accident and all those church people, and I know they're trying to kill you, and you say strangers lying, I'm like, look, I really was sick. Dear God, I almost died from medical malpractice. You know, it's like I really was sick before. You liar. Now, you knew that kid died 15 years before that, right? It wasn't recent, it was 15 years ago. You looked up the traffic accident. I wasn't even there. You knew they were bullshitting you, right? You knew that, right? Because occults are like people with schizophrenia. They're erratic and irrational. They're lawless. They don't have any rational thoughts. They're controlled, brainwashed people. They're told what to do, and they think that's the law. That's why they thought they could have me drugged, beaten, raped by the Florida drug cartel. Because a minister called me a faker 15 years ago, and they could hunt me down. I don't have anything to do with them. I want you to think about the rationality. And as a victim, Agent John, I'd like to know how you didn't bitch slap them. Come in and confess to you all those crimes. And nail them to your desk and say, you better hope she's still alive. You would have sent an ambulance up there. You would have found a drugged up rape victim that was so drugged up she couldn't wake up. Is that bad? You could have been a hero. So, you knew they were bullshitting you. Because the crazy irrational behavior going in there, telling a federal agent they're cyber stalking somebody. Federal crime. Felony invasion of privacy. You didn't arrest them. They told you they had fake sodium pentothal reports. They were drugging me for fake confessions. They had photoshopping of washing yourself in the shower. Like your hub said, you could always tell it was Photoshop. Done by the Florida drug cartel. And they confessed to you they were trying to have me killed because of Strange's baby lie. Now, you gotta think. Somebody's killed in January in a traffic accident. Somebody calls somebody a baby lie, like a faker or whatever. It's like calling somebody a duty head. in July or August. Does it have anything to in January? No. Had nothing to do with it. He didn't make it up till November 2003, 6 months after a traffic accident when Linda was following Tim and Katie and he thought it was me. Hey, get rid of me real quick. Huh? Pushed my kid to suicide. Had to go in counseling. You knew that, right? You did your research, right? And so somebody calling me a bad word that has nothing to do with her father running a stop sign. Why would they be in their ball like a baby 15 years later? They wouldn't. It's insane. Somebody called her a faker 15 years ago. You can't feel sorry for that. That is so irrational. I was talking to my neighbor Becky about this a while back ago. I said, when your husband Harry died, I said, if someone told you 6 months later Amy across the street in a wheelchair is faking, would you hate her? Why? She didn't have anything to do with Harry's death. She's like, that's insane. I said, would you secretly hate her for 15 years? Then have people try to kill her because someone called her a faker? And then have people drug her for fake confessions, beat and rape her and da-da. She's like, Karen, that's insanity. I know. Now think, them coming in that federal agent's office, they either thought he was dumb as a box of rocks. And the biggest doofus to go in there, it offended us 15 years ago. He called her a faker 6 months after a traffic accident she had nothing to do with. So we had her almost killed 15 years later. If you're going to kill somebody, at least have a good reason. You would think not somebody calling somebody a faker 15 years before that. Then wait 15 years and hunt them down. And then go into a federal cop and they confess to you. And you didn't arrest them. So, Agent John, are you saying murder is legal? Are you saying hiring the drug cartel as a hitman? Legal. Are you saying you can have the drug cartel cyber stalk people? Are you saying they can Photoshop somebody washing themselves in the shower in the other room? They even admitted selling kiddie porn. My grandkids going potty. My God. So are you saying you can have somebody being raped underneath drugs? Poor thing, don't know what happened to him. Wake up like that. Drugged for fake confessions. So it's okay to harm people. Because 15 years ago, somebody called him a faker. See, the whole rationale of them being there, it's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Had nothing to do with your kid's death. And somebody calling her a bad word has nothing to do with you. Why didn't you bitch slap them? You know they thought you were an idiot and a moron. Or they wouldn't have tried to pull this with you. You do realize Lighthouse called you a fool. Because FBI agent John fell for the stun and taste before. Oh, come on now, that FBI agent fell for that? You're kidding. And publicly screamed and mocked you. Sold videos of it to children. I've heard as little as 5-year-olds. We've seen a video of them making fun of Will. You're a public fool nationwide. Search your prey. Now, you were really, like the cop said, going after the drug cartel, right? Right. That's where, when you were bullying me on the phone, that you had met with that family in your office and all those church people. You knew they were trying to kill me. You confessed that you told on me. Poor I was an informant, right? You understood and you were under your complete mental capabilities when you go around telling all those church people you knew they were trying to kill me. You didn't care. It was to throw them off balance so you could go after the drug dealers, right? You're not really that stupid. I like my money. You're done playing with the dumbass fools. Hmm. And all their pathetic scams. Paying off dirty doctors. My God, I heard somebody talking about those doctors in the doctor's office today. I could sitting against the door, near the door. They did write up all those doctors before it was them. Yeah, they also wrote up it was fraud, like that lady said. And it's medical malpractice and medication errors. Officer Mark already documented it. You're just ripping me off, like they said. And then that other lady using my insurance, half my medical bills are hers. You would know that being a Fed, right? And then, like September 18th, 24, where that investigator showed up in Akron, telling the neighbors where I work, that agent needs to get his facts straight. Before he puts his name on anything, it was a medication or made her sick before. Why they wait 15 years? Well, when Strange thought she was following Tim and Katie, he ordered her to be killed. They were to try to have her killed, and if it didn't work, they were to have her destroyed. Nobody was to say or do a thing till Dave said he wanted a divorce, and it took him 15 years to say it. That's why they waited 15 years. That's why I told you I bet they've killed Phil and Tyler, because why didn't he stop at the stop sign? He was standing up to Strange. Dear God, he thought I was only following his son and his mistress. Huh? He ordered me killed. And all this, they planned it for 15 years before they did it. Huh? You got your facts straight, right? I like my money. See, Michelle don't need my little $5,000. She pays more than that for her purses. She's probably a billionaire. You do realize that. At least probably close thereof. She's the head of a cartel. When you start actually realizing what you're talking to and the amount of mega wealth she has, it's not even funny. Get the idea? Oh, and these idiot people. Well, there was some guy named Will said he did. They said he hired Pete on his own. It was Pete and his men. Now, there's supposed to be a rich guy named Will dating Michelle and the Florida human traffickers. A rich guy named Will up there was helping pay for it. I still think it's Bill from the Freemasons because the Freemasons confronted him. But he was with the Florida drug cartel. Now, where they try to blame the Portage County Sheriffs, it wasn't any of them. Because I'll tell you what, constitutional rights, the Fourth Amendment, you have to have a court order. I would own that police department, let alone have me drugged, beaten, raped, and drugged for fake confessions. There's police abuse attorneys. Give me a name. Because they denied everything. Because that's like a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. It's like, just give me a name. Because it was a cartel in my home. The cartel up there runs scams on people all the time. You go on the Portage County Sheriffs. They impersonate judges up there. They impersonate the sheriffs up there. And it's a cartel. They run scams on people like crazy up there. Because like the Portage County Sheriff, it was none of our officers in your home, nor did we have knowledge of it. We weren't in your home or anybody else's home outside a protective life case. I said with statements, yes. So Fourth Amendment, yes. You can't look or listen, yes. And what these people did is illegal. Ungodly. They should have been arrested the first day. You knew they were bullshitting you. Right, Agent John? Where they try to tell everybody that you're a thief, you're dirty. You took a payoff. That you're the worst white collar criminal in the world. You're just a better poker player. You tricked them all. Investigators were laughing that agent went and told on him for calling the FBI hotline. Told me he didn't care what happened to him. And they all thought they left. I know they did. They didn't realize the police and FBI was still there. I realized that. Up in Ravenna when Dave was confessing crimes. And then accusing me of all these men and being around me that they wanted me. I started laughing. I said, trust me, they don't want me. I thought, dear God, they're cops. Then I'm looking around and the one lampshade looks, the knob on top looks a little different. I thought, oh my God, he thinks it's only the drug cartel here. I had to stop myself from laughing. He didn't realize the police and FBI was watching. He didn't realize they were cops. He thought, because that agent told on me before he talked to me, told me he didn't care what happened, he thought they left. He tricked them. You done playing with the dumb fools? I like my money. I need to help my family. Okay?